ho ho! Merry Christmas! I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and have a glorious New Year. My name is Dunes, and I'm just here with a little video today to talk about the rather inadequate compensation for the Tunguska Raid. Specifically the first raid, that of Ivan the Terrible. Now, as many of you may already know, the compensation was 10 St. Quartz, and whilst this at first may not sound terrible, I think that says more about the conditioning we all have with FGO and its horrific rates rather than it being adequate compensation. So why does this matter? Well, aside from these raids offering a phenomenal number of bond points better than any event for or since, thereby making it something of a touch point in the game's history, there's also the small matter of the fact that unlike normal events, the gacha for this event offered craft essences that increased the amount of bond you receive for completing these raid quests. Now, this is because, as I previously mentioned, it offers a phenomenal amount of bond points in return for completing the raids, thus making these craft essences an absolute premium. As a result, many a master invested into this gacha specifically for those craft essences, and they are not getting a fair return on their investment. Furthermore, there's also the issue that this was an excellent way of farming Proof of Hero, one of the most common and, dare I say, important ascension materials in Fate's Grand Order. Many people were especially farming it for the upcoming New Year's Servant, who requires it in order to level up their skills, and thus far at least, there has been no compensation for what would have been a phenomenal way of farming this ever-important material. This is why I, and I'm sure many others, believe that 10 St. Quartz is not adequate compensation, and I'll be clear, I'm not entirely certain if there is to be additional compensation. Masters such as myself who have not qualified for the raid should even receive them. Don't get me wrong, I won't complain if we do. I just want to make it clear. I think masters who have either invested in the event, are playing the event, or have been caught up in this mess deserve greater compensation than 10 St. Quartz, and we have to expect Lasengle to make something of a return on this. Lasengle were incredibly slow in responding to the original error, and this has been something of a recurring feature with Lasengle. They tend to respond very slowly in terms of communication when it comes to mistakes like this, and I've always felt that's one of their greatest weaknesses. Communication is our best way of reaching clarity. Without clarity, you have madness. From a small family company like Lasengle, I really would expect better. All in all, masters deserve better. The Tunguska Raids are a touch point in the history of Fate Grand Order due to the large amount of bond points they offered, and as many masters had rolled the gacha specifically for the craft essences that allowed for additional bond points, which may have led to several bond 10s or a litany of St. Quartz. They deserve better than 10 St. Quartz. I've been Dunes, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe and catch my streams over on twitch.tv/Dunes. I have a target of streaming at least 80 of 100 days, and we're currently keeping up pretty well when Australian internet decides not to kick me in the balls. Either way, I've been Dunes, thanks for watching. I hope you've had a very Merry Christmas and have a fantastic New Year.